baby showers.
Have you ever been to a baby shower?
No, no, I haven't actually. I had to really think about that there, Robin, but no, I haven't.
Well, we're going to find out more about baby showers because celebrity event planner Chrystal Gale joins us on the line. And we'll also take a look at some new research out at the moment as well. Clare is the Director of Savings and Investments at Barclays as well. We'll start off with Clare. Thank you for joining us on the big show this evening. Let's talk baby showers. There I was thinking it was just something that Americans did, but it's big business here now as well, isn't it?
It's definitely big business, I think, and growing in popularity. And I think that's partly fueled by social media. And a lot of people are being sort of inspired to host quite extravagant baby showers here in the UK as well. And we found that people are spending an average of £406 on a baby shower. And they say that actually what they're seeing on things like Instagram is sort of, I guess, inspiring them as to sort of hosting these events and making them very sort of, I guess, a big celebration, really, much more so than we're perhaps used to here in the UK.
So why are we spending so much money on baby showers? I'm thinking about young families, a couple who's maybe saved up, they've just got married, the baby's on the way, they're saving up for that. Maybe they've got a new house that they're paying for at the moment as well. Where's all this money coming from?
Well, that's the thing, and I think that's the point of this research is that, it's great to have this celebration, but don't feel pressured to spend more than you can afford. And you can have a party and you can celebrate an impending arrival without it breaking the bank. And absolutely, hosting a baby shower should not be something that you're getting into financial difficulty for. So, what we want to try and do is help people sort of work out how they can do this if they want to in a way that's affordable and, and on a budget. And actually, the current environment, the fact that we can't all get together and have a big party at the moment is perhaps helpful for some people, particularly given a lot of job insecurity and money worries that people are facing. It can help relieve some of that pressure because you can have a get together over Zoom, or if you are living in an area where you can still mix with a sort of a small number of people, perhaps you can get together face to face, but do it in a way that is fun, you have a great time, but doesn't cause you any financial stress.
Now, as well as the baby showers, we're also finding out about these gender reveal parties as well. So they're getting two goes at the celebrations really now, aren't they?
Yes, Chrystal can probably talk more about that. But I've seen my cousin actually and his wife, they had one of those a few months ago. That's the first time I'd ever seen one.
Well, let's bring in celebrity event planner Chrystal Gale. Chrystal, what advice would you give to someone wanting to have a baby shower?
I think the best advice that I would give at the moment is kind of take advantage of the current scenario and that you don't actually have to think on such a grand scale. You can keep it small in terms of your party sizes if you're restricted to doing so. And then you can kind of focus on the detail, the decoration, and actually what's important. Because, I mean, from our perspective of before baby, and what we think is fantastic about the research at Barclays, is that parents to be actually do really enjoy baby showers. They do think it's worth it. And it's because of the fact that you're coming together and you're with your friends or your family, etc., and you're just celebrating the fantastic thing that is birth, etc., and the fact that a baby is coming into the world. It's not about all the extravagance and the luxury. What you might see on social media are these huge kind of huge backdrops, decorations, celebrations, but you can recreate something like that on a much smaller scale at home with just your small number of guests, or even on a virtual scale, and just focus on a small corner of your front room, a particular chair, just a small place in the house, and still have the same effect. It will still look fantastic on Instagram, and you'll still get the kind of the fun of the day and enjoy being around the people that you want to.
So Chrystal, tell us a little bit about some of the big events or big baby showers that you've had the pleasure to organise.
Yeah, well, we kind of do events on completely different scales. So, for example, you have the higher scale, the higher budget clients, for example, who will do things like have a fairground in their back garden. You'll have spa treatments, massages, pampering for mum to be, makeovers for all the guests, or things that are completely kept within theme. On the other hand, which we also love doing, are the home baby showers, and it's something that we kind of focus on. So it's those smaller parties of, 10, 15 guests, guests, even 8 people. And you've got a tower of cupcakes, you've got a nice little bit of decoration, some games, just some things to bond the group and have fun. So we kind of see completely different ends of the scale, and we work with kind of all budgets. So from the large to the small to the big parties of 300 people, doing mass groups of women running around putting nappies on baby dolls, to just the smaller ones having afternoon tea and decorating baby grows and, you know, having some cake.
Now, what about the etiquette if you're invited along to a baby shower? What do you bring? Do you bring gifts? How does it work?
So in terms of the kind of etiquette for a baby shower, we would say that especially in the UK, the focus is not on the gift giving. Okay, so we would say that if you were thinking of bringing a gift, it is wonderful to bring a gift, but you don't actually have to feel pressured. It's actually just about the fact that you're there. But as a parent, if you want to kind of ensure that this kind of works, and I think especially if you're thinking about the research that Barclays have done, that parents are going to be under a huge amount of pressure because there's a baby coming along. Essentially, if you can kind of direct people to saying what you would kind of like, it's not presumptuous. It's absolutely fine to say, actually, we're going to have enough baby clothes, but we really, really need something, you know, something for the nursery, or, you know, something specific for the pram. It's okay to kind of direct people in that way to kind of help yourself budget.
And what about then the etiquette for gender reveal parties? Do you bring a present for that?
Surely that's just an excuse to drink lots of Prosecco, isn't it?
Apart from the mum to be.
For in terms of the gender reveal parties, the etiquette is quite similar. You'll find, especially for the average person, they don't tend to have a baby shower and a gender reveal. And if there is, then there's no focus on the gift giving or for both of the celebrations. But if you do go to a gender reveal, it is actually more about the spectacle of just finding out if it's a boy or a girl. If you want to bring something along, then that's entirely up to you, but there is no pressure to do so.
So we've seen online these gender reveal parties where the parents have used balloons to reveal the gender of the baby, you know, pink for girls, blue for boys. What other ways can we make these events more exciting?
Well, there have been some things that are quite unusual. For example, even we've had gender reveal lasagnas served in restaurants. So the actual pasta is pink or blue. So that's kind of one end of the scale. There's also you can kind of shoot like powder bombs into the air. You can have a ball filled with powder. I think we had a recent footballer who actually did that with his wife, where they kicked a ball and it exploded into, you know, a mass of colour. So it can be really, really nice and visual and beautiful in terms of like social media and getting fantastic shots for your photos and things like that, and make really nice memories. So there's so many different ways to reveal, apart from just balloons coming out of boxes, even in like a treasure hunts. So many different things you can do nowadays. People are getting so creative and it can be so much fun.
Now, research shows that we're spending over £400 on a baby shower. So what's the most extravagant amount that you've heard of for a baby shower?
I haven't had the luxury of doing one that has gone in excess of this budget, but I have heard that people have spent in excess of £5,000 or so on a baby shower, and that was just for 30 people. However, the average that we've kind of done is about £3,000 for about a 20-person baby shower. So that's a full-on afternoon tea, a wonderful venue. You've got an £800 cake of so many tears, and lots of wonderful gifts, because as well as actually giving gifts to mum to be or dad to be, you can also send your guests home with gift bags, and we've done some wonderful gift bags and favours for the guests to go home with as well.
Are there any websites that people can go to get some ideas for hosting these events?
Yeah, so if you're planning a baby shower, from Before Baby, our website is www.beforebaby.co.uk, and you can go online there. We do full baby shower party packages, but also if you're planning one yourself at home, there are lots of DIY tips and tutorials, etc., that you can look at so that you can do things yourself or supplement it with part of a package. But I also know that Barclays also have a wealth of information too, in terms of you planning your baby shower too, that might be able to help in terms of making sure that you can keep it on budget too.
And what about saving for it as well, you know, putting a bit away every month?
We'll bring Clare in for this one as well. Clare, where can people get more info about saving for events like this?
Yeah, so I think the key is budgeting and not feeling pressured to sort of spend more than you can comfortably afford. And let's face it, once the baby arrives, there's an awful lot of money that child's going to need, and it's a long-term investment in itself. So, we've got budgeting tools online, on our website and elsewhere. We also offer a service called Money Mentors. So if you are struggling, not just with the baby shower, but just planning for how you're going to cope when the baby arrives, and particularly at the moment with a lot of job insecurity around, and people might have seen reductions in their household income. It's a worrying time for a lot of people. So if you do need help, we offer a service called Money Mentors, and it's available to everybody, not just Barclays customers. And the address for that is www.barclays.co.uk/money mentors, money-mentors, sorry. And on there, you can book an appointment with the Money Mentor, but there's also lots of help and advice. And we've got a Money Worries hub with lots of content on budgeting tips, savings tips, because that's the other good habit of getting into, work out what your budget is that you've got each month, but then also how can you start to put a bit of money away, particularly if you've got a baby on the way and for their future. So there's lots of information on there for people.
So Clare and Chrystal, thank you for joining us on The Big Show. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.